Hey there, everybody. Happy New Year. It is 2020. The vision is going to be perfect this year. I just thought of that right now. I'm going to use that more for the rest of the year. So, I have a thought for you, big surprise. I've been doing that now for I don't know how many gazillion of years, and I thought I would give you a thought that, I don't know, isn't the obvious one for 2020, because I know that in 2020 quite often people who do the work that I do, it's always about set your goals and live out your dreams and take risks and push the limits, which is all great, and I'm a big believer in that. But I wanted to give you something more practical that you can easily start applying to your life the second this video is finished, okay? In the year 2020, if you actually want to have a big impact in your life, stop overpaying for things. I mean, literally make that one of your New Year's resolutions. Make that one of your goals, because most of us kind of are aware of this, but I don't think people know how insidious it actually is. And the fact that you've got major companies on our planet who have really incredible marketing campaigns, and they have very strategic pricing campaigns, and they have very strategic ways in which they get us to buy their products or their services. And it's so easy to get caught up in your life where you've got to go to work, maybe you've got kids, you got to pick them up from school, you've got friends, family, you're playing soccer once a week, whatever your life looks like, and you're busy. And then when in the midst of that, you go out there and you got to buy a pair of jeans, or you got to go out for dinner, or you got to go and, I don't know, maybe even buy a new car or a new insurance program. And when people do this, I've always found it interesting that how little work they put into it. They really think, I'm just so busy, I have no time, whatever, I just got to pay for it. And I'm going to push you and encourage you to think about that a bit differently as you go into 2020, because there's a high likelihood that you're paying a lot more for things than you need to. And if you do just a little bit of research, and in fact, if you just do a little bit of work, and to be honest with you, you can do that work on Facebook. You can literally just go, hey everybody, I'm looking for a restaurant that serves this kind of food, and I want it to be in this kind of price range, and it has to have this kind of atmosphere. Can someone suggest something? Well, it's out there, and there will be people out there who will say, oh, you got to go to this place. You'll probably get 5, 6 different suggestions. You don't have to go to the restaurant that everybody is lining up for that serves the exact same kind of food for twice the price, and it's in the same neighborhood. The other restaurant is just as good, maybe even better. You're going to pay less, and you're still going to be in a great environment. You don't need to keep squeezing yourself all the time. Another example of this is when you go and you buy a car, or when you buy a new phone plan or whatever it might be. People get so caught up into believing they need to have all these bells and whistles all the time, and they end up paying for things that they don't even use. I mean, this happens when you buy a computer. I always remember somebody saying something to me that always stuck with me. He said, I said, when do you find yourself normally needing to get a new computer? And he looked at me and he says, oh, it's really easy. I goes, I get one when my old computer stops doing what I needed to do. And I thought, isn't that interesting, right? I mean, how many people will line up to get the newest cell phone, even though their cell phone currently does exactly what they need it to do? The other one just has all these bells and whistles. Maybe there's a bit of prestige to have that phone, and then they're going to go out and spend so much more money just to have it. I mean, it's an embarrassing way to live. It's a silly way to live. People do this the same thing with computers. They buy TVs that have all these features that they're never going to use. They buy cars that have all these screens and all of these little gadgets that they maybe use once or twice. And what they end up doing, which is even funnier, is they end up bragging about the gadgets to all their friends, and even though they never even use it. I've done this. I've been that guy. I've got a car that it has a button. I found out that if you press it, I have a concierge that will just come on the line, and they will just say, hello, Mr. Knight, how are you? What can I do for you? And I can say to the concierge, well, I'm driving in this town right now. I'd like to know if there's a restaurant nearby that serves Italian food. And if there is, can you make a reservation for 7 o'clock for me? Yes, this is a service I have. Guess how many times I've used it? 0, okay? And when you whistle, you make it serious, okay? That's a 0, or it's also okay. You're doing great. So I'm catching myself on this, and I probably paid more money for my car than I needed to, but I did buy it for other reasons. I'm not going to get into that right now, mainly safety reasons. So when it comes down to it, my friends, just think about that as you go into the year 2020, because you are going to eventually need a certain amount of money in the bank to retire. And most people don't know what that is. Do you know what it is? Do you? How much money do you need to have in the bank or in investments in order to be able to keep living the lifestyle you currently have, or one that's even a bit better than the one you have, without having to work? Well, you should know what that number is. Then work backwards and ask yourself, how much do I have to put into the bank in order to be able to have that? I meet people all the time who don't know what that number what that number is. I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day who has a very, very nice lifestyle, and I said, what number do you think you have to have put away in order to live the lifestyle that you want to have? And he said 15 million. He said, I have to have 15 million, and the dividends, the interest I'll be making off of that will allow me to have the lifestyle that I want. Some people right now are watching this going, that is crazy. This person must be so just spoiled, whatever. No, the person's just realistic. They know exactly what they want, and they know how much money they have to have in the bank, and they work backwards. What's the number? All right, you're going to be surprised. The number's pretty big. For most people, it's going to be at least $2 million. And I know it seems crazy, but even with $2 million at a 4% interest is only a $50,000 dividend or a $50,000 interest to you each year. So could you live off of $50,000 a year? If the answer is yes, and that's perfect for you, then you need $2 million in investments. How long will it take to save $2 million? I don't know. Only you know that question. But I do know it's going to be a lot harder to do it if you keep paying $150 for a bottle of wine in the restaurant, or if you keep buying a pair of jeans that are $280. You don't need to keep overpaying for things. Okay? You can still have high quality stuff. You can have high quality experiences. And yes, once in a while, splurge by all means. But for the most part, be smart with your money in 2020 and be smart with your money in life. Okay? Have nice things, but don't buy silly shit. And don't buy things you're never going to use. You're going to regret it later on. And that is my first piece of advice for you in New Year's. I hope you take it. I hope it works for you. Lots of love. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching that video, my friend. I would love to have these videos land right in your inbox. If you want to get that, just sign up right here. If you do, you're going to get a free gift, exclusive content, and you'll be the first to learn about amazing things that we have coming up.